When most people think about investing, they often consider stocks, bonds, or real estate properties with houses and buildings. However, there's one asset class that remains an untapped goldmine for many investors: raw land. Investing in land is one of the most overlooked opportunities in the world of real estate, but it can be highly profitable if approached with the right strategies. In this video, we're going to explore how you can make money by buying raw land, the different strategies you can use, and how to find cheap land that gives you the highest potential return on investment. Why land investing works. Let's begin by understanding why land investing works and why it is such an attractive option. Land is a finite resource. There's only so much of it available on the planet, and over time, as the population grows and urban sprawl continues, the demand for land increases. Unlike buildings, land doesn't depreciate. Buildings and structures wear out over time and need maintenance, but raw land remains relatively untouched unless actively developed. Additionally, land investments often come with fewer complications compared to other forms of real estate. There are no tenants to deal with, no expensive repairs needed, and no structures to maintain. It's also less risky in terms of market volatility compared to other forms of real estate. The competition in the land market is also lower, especially in the raw or undeveloped land sector, which means it's easier for you to find great deals. Investing in land might sound simple, but like any investment, there are strategies to maximize profits. Let's take a closer look at three main strategies that can help you make money from raw land: land flipping, leasing, and holding for appreciation. Land flipping. One of the most popular strategies for making money from land is land flipping. The concept is similar to house flipping, but in this case, you're flipping the land itself rather than a property. With land flipping, you buy raw, undeveloped land at a low price and then sell it for a higher price. The key here is to find land that is undervalued. There are several ways to locate these deals: tax lien, sales. Tax lien. Sales are one of the best places to find cheap land. When property owners fail to pay property taxes, the government puts a lien on the property. These liens are often sold at public auctions. If you win the auction, you can acquire the land at a very low price, sometimes for pennies on the dollar. Online land auctions, websites like eBay, LandWatch, and Land and Farm List land auctions. These platforms can give you access to great deals from motivated sellers who need to unload land quickly. Always do your due diligence on these properties to ensure they are worth purchasing. Direct mail marketing. Another tactic for land flipping is to send out direct mail offers to landowners in areas where you're looking to buy. You send letters to people offering to buy their land at a fair price. A good strategy here is to target owners of land who have not developed it or used it in a long time, as they may be eager to sell. Once you've acquired the land, your goal is to sell it at a higher price, often by finding a buyer who is looking for a piece of land in that specific area. You can sell the land outright or offer owner financing, which can be a great way to attract more buyers. Leasing land for income. Another way to make money from land is by leasing it out. This strategy is particularly attractive for investors who want to generate a steady stream of income without selling the property. There are a number of ways to lease land, and the method you choose depends on the type of land you own and your target market. Agricultural leasing. If the land you own is suitable for farming or grazing, you can lease it to local farmers or ranchers. Agricultural land leasing is a long-term strategy that provides reliable income. The lessee will pay you rent, and in return, they get the right to use the land for farming, raising livestock, or other agricultural purposes. Recreational leasing. If your land is in a desirable location for recreational purposes, such as near a lake or in a scenic area, you can lease it for hunting, fishing, or camping. Many hunters, anglers, and outdoor enthusiasts are willing to pay for exclusive access to land for recreational purposes. Billboard leasing. If your land is located near a busy highway or intersection, you can lease it to companies who want to place billboards on your land. These leases can be quite lucrative, as companies are willing to pay handsomely for prime advertising locations. Cell tower leasing. Another form of land leasing is renting out space for telecommunications companies to install cell towers. This can be an excellent passive income stream if you own land in a strategic location. Cell tower companies often sign long-term leases with landowners, providing a steady and reliable income. Leasing land can be a great way to make money while holding onto the asset. Just like with land flipping, it's important to research the demand for certain uses of land and understand the market. Holding land for appreciation. Sometimes, the best way to make money from raw land is simply by holding onto it and waiting for it to appreciate over time. This is a long-term strategy, but it can be incredibly profitable if you pick the right pieces of land. The key to making money with this strategy is to identify land in areas that are poised for growth. Look for regions where infrastructure is improving or areas where population growth is expected. These are typically the areas where land values will appreciate the most. For example, you might find raw land on the outskirts of a growing city. As the city expands and new infrastructure is developed, the demand for land increases, which can drive up the value of your property. As the land becomes more desirable for development, you can sell it for a significant profit. Sometimes, holding land can be a strategic decision based on future developments. For example, if you own a piece of land near a planned highway or commercial development, the value of the land can increase dramatically once those developments are completed. How to find cheap land. Finding cheap land is one of the most crucial aspects of making money with raw land. Here are some strategies to help you find land at bargain prices. Look for distressed properties. Properties that are in distress, such as those that are tax delinquent or under foreclosure, are often sold for much less than their market value. These types of deals can be found at government auctions, tax lien sales, and foreclosure auctions. Research the local government websites for information on upcoming auctions. Contact sellers directly. Many landowners don't actively market their land, but they may be willing to sell if they receive a good offer. By sending direct mail to landowners in targeted areas, you can create opportunities to buy land at a fraction of its market value. Check online listings. Websites like Zillow, LandWatch, and Craigslist often feature cheap land listings. You can filter the results to find properties that fit your budget. Additionally, some websites specialize in land auctions, which can be an excellent way to acquire property at below-market prices. Work with a real estate agent specializing in land. Some real estate agents focus exclusively on land sales. They can help you locate deals that fit your criteria and may even have access to properties that aren't listed online. Buy land in up-and-coming areas. Research areas where land is underpriced but expected to see growth. If you're able to purchase land in a growing market before it explodes in value, you can capitalize on future appreciation. Investing in raw land is a powerful strategy for building wealth, but it requires patience, research, and the right approach. Whether you choose to flip land for quick profits, lease it out for steady income, or hold it for long-term appreciation, the opportunities are abundant if you know where to look. The key to success in land investing lies in finding the right properties at the right price, in the right location. Land investing often involves much less competition than traditional real estate, and with careful planning, you can make a substantial return on investment. By understanding the different strategies and being diligent in your search for undervalued properties, you can turn raw land into a lucrative investment that generates income and grows in value over time. So if you're looking for a unique and profitable way to invest your money, land could be the perfect option. It's time to start exploring this overlooked asset class and see how you can turn raw land into raw profit.